Hi. Well, I thought I'd do a follow-up to the menopause video blog I did because I didn't have any public comments on it, really, one or two, but I got a lot of people contacting me privately to tell me that they were glad I'd spoken about it and, the fact that it's a taboo subject and sharing their experiences, which I thought was really interesting because why is no one willing to talk about it openly? Because it's something that happens to every woman at some time in their life. So I thought that I would maybe add it as a bit of a theme. Now, from what I can gather, the hot flashes, the night sweats are a really common symptom, as is the lack of sleep, waking up multiple times. Now, from what I understand, when you're going through the perimenopause, which is the bit where your periods become inconsistent, blah, 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 and it's all winding down, you have to be through that for 12 months with no periods before the doctor will consider you to be in menopause. Now, this is something then that goes on forever. Now, you can get HRT, but like I said before, they won't give it to me because I'm too young. But do you want HRT? We need to figure out a way of managing these horrible symptoms. Now, it's such a hot topic that my triathlon club have actually created a separate Facebook group just for this topic for those people in the club that are affected. So, ladies, we need to talk about this. Now, the first thing that I'm doing is tackling the sleep thing. Now, I have been pottering about, looking at various resources online, and I mentioned a few video blogs ago that I was watching a collaboration between ACC and Paralympics New Zealand, introducing you to parasport, and in that they mentioned mindset and getting in the right mindset for sport and getting in the right mindset for exercise and not going into the downward spiral of what a terrible thing has happened to me in the context of injuries and getting back to sport as a para-athlete rather than a normal athlete. They mentioned a couple of podcasts that the names of those are down here below. Now, Headspace is one that charges, but the other one does not charge. So I decided that I would try it. Now, I've only done it for 2 days. The first day I listened to it and I thought, but I slept through to 4 a.m. before I woke up, and normally it's 1 a.m. So I thought, maybe it's a bit of a result. So on the second night, I put the light out, but left the phone on the bedside table playing the thing. And it is a series of 6 and it's talking about sleep, right? Now, the second one is 15 minutes long. And I thought, oh God. And the first one was 10 minutes long. And I did actually find it difficult to concentrate for that whole 10 minutes, to be fair with you. However, the second one, I thought, turn the light out so that I've got nothing to look at or, do physically. And I have to admit, I am not someone who falls asleep easily. I'm normally rolling around for 30 minutes or more before I actually get to sleep. But last night, I left it on the bedside table playing. I do not recall listening to the end of it. And I know I definitely fell asleep before the end of that 15 minutes because the next morning, when I looked at the phone, it still had the app open. So maybe there is something in this mindfulness stuff that people talk about. The psychologist I'm speaking to suggested it, but his recording I found a little bit irritating. Sorry, because I can hear background noises and things, but this one is specially studio recorded and you can just hear the person speaking. You can choose a female or a male voice, and that you can choose whether there's background music behind the person or not. So I would highly recommend you try it if sleep is something that you're having trouble with. I've also been given a link for a Spotify playlist that somebody else has recommended. So I will try that next and see how that goes and see whether that's worth sharing with you also. So I'm in Dunedin this evening. I'm going to the Highlanders again tonight. And I think the Forsyth Bar Stadium might be the topic of a future blog, but I'll tell you about that later. Have a great evening. Menopause.